So, hello class. Today what we're doing is we are going over the skill picture. I'm going to go from beginning to end. So first thing you want to do is go to the Forest Park website, go class pages, department pages, mathematics, Nate the Great, and files and documents. We're also going to have our BlueJ open. I'm going to go back to, we have opened up BlueJ. This has no project in there, so we're going to go project, new project. We're going to go click on documents so we know where it's at, and then we're going to type in scaled picture. I'm going to type in fence and demo. So now that we have a new BlueJ project, what we're going to do is we can either click new class here, right click new class, or edit new class. I like to go right click new class, and then I'm going to type in anything because that name is going to change. Where that name shows up in the code is after public class Fajibba. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Control A and delete all the code, and we're going to go on to School Fusion under Computer Math, and we're going to get the Step 1 code. So the Step 1 code is the scaled picture starting code. So I'm going to left click on this. It's going to download. I'm going to left click on the icon again. It's going to open up. I'm going to click Control A to select all, Control C to copy. I'm going to go into my BlueJ folder file and paste in the code. I'm going to hit compile. And now I have it compiled. Now, I'm going to go to the other BlueJ window, this one right here. I'm going to right click and run applet and then click OK. What this does is it shows me the line, circle, and rectangle. Line, circle, and rectangle. Oval, sorry. And please realize I will get a 0 for not changing this, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. Okay, so what I did was I Googled an image. I'm going to steal this image by going right click, copy image. I'm going to open up Paint by clicking Start, type in Paint, and it pops up on the top right here. I left click, it opens up. I maximize the window, and then I paste the image onto the screen. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and now I have my image on the screen. The nice thing about this is I'm going to hit Control A, and I'm going to move my image so it's on the top left. And then I'm going to take this little box over here and minimize it so it's right there. I'm going to go to the bottom and scroll up. Now, you probably did this another way where you took a graph paper, but since then I found a better way to do this. I'm going to go View and click on Rulers. And now I have a ruler on my image. I'm going to zoom out again. So now whenever I move the mouse on the bottom left corner right here, it actually tells me the coordinates. So right now what I'm going to do is I am going to pixelize this. So first thing I'm going to do is draw the ovals. So I have an oval right, ooh, I should not do black. Let's do purple. I have an oval on the top left, so 0, 0, and it goes to right there. And then I have an oval on the bottom. That's my other oval. And then what I want to do is I also want to, because a bun is usually rectangular in the middle, I'm going to draw a rectangle from the highest point of both graphs. So now that will all be the bun. So the bun is in purple. In blue, what I'm going to do is let's draw the hot dog. So the hot dog is from here to here. And then I'm going to go in teal. I'm going to do my lines. I'm going to go 1. Actually, let's make this a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then also 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll make it a little, I did it off-center because that's what they did, sort of. They followed the pattern a little bit, and there is a little gap there. Anyway, so that is my drawing. So now what I want to do is I want to open up Notepad. So I just click Start and type in Notepad. I already have it open. And what I'm going to do is make it so I can see both. And I'm going to say rectangle at XY width length. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go oval at XY width length. Then I'm going to paste this. I'm going to say line at XY, X, Y. Now I have it set up where it will give me all the dimensions that I need to do this. We have 10 objects here. What we want to do is give the XY width length coordinates of all. So I'm going to do the rectangles first. I have 2 rectangles I need to do. I have, first thing I want to do before that is I want to label all the icons. So I'm going to go in green with a pen of decent size. I'm going to label them all on the top left. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, no. 9, 10, 11, 12. And I have everything labeled. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those labels over here to tell me which object I'm drawing. So 2 is going to be, the number is going to be showing up right down here. The XY is 17, 240, so we have 20, 240. The width, which someone actually showed me how to do this, if you actually do the select tool, you can actually do the select tool, and it's going to tell you on the second box, so 1300 by 170 actually gives you the width and length, does the math for you. So we have 1300 by 610. The next one we have is, and I'm going to make this a little bit easier to read. The next rectangle is 3, which the XY position is right there to right there. Ooh, so it doesn't do that. So it's 3, 240. I'm going to round the 3 down to 0, 240. And then I'm going to use the select tool to get the width and length, which is 1275 by 210. Now that I have my rectangles, I'm going to move on to my ovals. With my ovals, what I have to do is I have to make a box around said oval. So my box goes from right there to right there. And the XY is 0, 0. So circle oval 1 is 0, 0. And my width and length are 1275 by 475. The next oval is going to be oval number 5, it looks like. This bottom oval right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to undo so I get rid of that red rectangle. And I'm going to make another red rectangle by going here to the top left. And see how it's not on the top yet? So I'm going to undo and redo the line. I still can't grab it correctly. Oh, the length is different. Never mind. So I do want to do 360. Because the bottom is a different type of circle. And of course I have my XY value as 3250. Now I have my 2 ovals, I have my rectangles, so I'm going to undo this rectangle and now I'm going to do the lines. The lines are going to be a lot easier because all they are XY positions. The nice thing is this XY goes for line 5 and 6. Sorry, line 2 and 6. Ooh, no, it's not 2. I messed up the numbering. Ooh, this circle's 4. That's what it is. So my first line 5 goes from, and what I do is I put a point on this point and a point on this point. So my XY is 3260. And my next XY is 350, 400. Now the nice thing about this is line 6 starts out with 350, 400. And then the next endpoints right here which is 660, 250. So 660, 250, and then again my next line is 7, starts out with 660, 250, and goes to right here, which is 1,380. So 1,380. And then line 8 starts out with 1,380 and ends at 1,250, 250. So 1,250, 250. Now I go back and I'm going to do the mustard line. So I'm just going to label this mustard. And so the 9 line is right there. The point XY is 5390. And this is line 9. The next point is this point up here, which is 250, 250. Line 10 starts out 250, 250, and goes to this point right here, which is 530, 400. So 11 starts out with 530, 400, and goes to 830, 250. Line 12 starts out 830, 250, and ends with 1230, 400. Okay, now that we have that, we don't need this picture anymore unless we run into an error. What we do need is my Java code and my Notepad now. What I need to do is I need to copy all these values into my code. I'm going to put them at the bottom with using a /*. I'm going to paste. I pressed enter and it automatically put a ending comment, which is //. And now all I have to do is take these values, delete the numbers on all of them. How many rectangles do I have? 2, so I'm going to copy rectangle, paste rectangle. How many ovals do I have? Is 2, so I'm going to paste 1. How many lines I have is 12 minus 4, which is 8. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The rectangle, what I do is I just type in the numbers 20, 240, 1300, and 610. And then I have 0, 240, 1275, 210. My ovals are 0, 0, 1275, 475, and my last oval is 3, 250, 1275, 360. I should make this just 0. Make it look nice. And so now that I have all that done, I'm going to cut my lines and put them up top so they're easy to read. So now my lines go as follows. So I have 30, 260, 350, 400, 350, 400, 660, 250, so on and so forth. So 660, 250, 1,000, 380, 1,000, 380, 1250, and 250. And my mustard lines are 50, 390. I'm actually going to put an enter end line character in there so that I know the difference between the mustard and the ketchup. 250, 250, 250, 250, 530, 400, 530, 400, 830, 250, and last but not least, 830, 250, 1230, 400. Now I'm going to compile and run this. Here's where it gets interesting. So this is actually going to be quite the large hot dog. And I think I messed up this line. I don't know what that line is. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't know which line that is that the hot dog? That's weird. Let's take a look. I don't think this should be 610. Yeah, I don't think this should be 610 because that's quite large. So let's go back and I'm going to check my pseudocode. I need to figure out the purple rectangle Y value, which is 205. So I messed that up. This should be 205. So now when I do this, I want to make the colors. So I'm going to make the brown color, which needs to be a custom color. So I'm going to open up Paint. And what I'm going to do is this really cool thing is this little turkey baster. I'm going to pick the color that I want to use for the brown, which I want to say is this one right there. And then I'm going to go Edit Colors, and it gives me the RGB numbers, 230, 150, 295. 230, 152, and 95. So I need to get the code from the PDF, which is color. I'm going to call it bun equals new color in parentheses semicolon. Next one I want to do is I want to get the hot dog. So I'm going to use again the turkey baster. And the hot dog color I want to do is probably this one right there, which looks really similar to the bun, which is 250, 193, and 129. And now I'm going to copy and paste this because I'm really lazy. And I'm going to say this is the hot dog. And now for the red and yellow, I'm just going to use red and yellow. So this is my red. So I'm going to go g.setColor, color.red. And I'm going to go g.setColor, color.yellow. And to do the other one, I'm going to copy this part. We have the bun, and then we have the hot dog. Now the bun is also the ovals, so I'm going to move the oval code up here. I'm going to separate it by a line and separate this by a line, and I'm going to say this is ketchup and mustard. Because the bun is and hot dog are already self-explanatory, I'm not going to comment those. And now when I run this, I get this nonsense, which looks a little bit good. But what I want to do is I want to change these draws into fill. So just do a little copy-paste magic. And because the hot dog is drawn after the bun, it's actually going to be on top. So now when we run this, we have my hot dog. Look at that. Somewhat decent. I wish I could make the lines thicker, but I don't want to show you guys that. So now that we have this, what we need to do is we need to go back and comment every line and tell me what the objects actually are that match up with my numbers. So my rectangles are, the 21 is 2, so I'm going to go //2, //3. My ovals are 1 and 4, so this is 1, this is 4. I should have done this when I originally drew the code. So my ketchup is 5 through 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And my mustard is 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now I have this all commented. Now what I want to do is I want to scale this to XY width length. So what I have to do is I have to go back to my picture and figure out what the maximum value is, which is 1325 by 615. So I'm just going to label this up here. Width equals 1325, length equals 615. Now what I need to do is copy and paste that code over from the PDF file, which has the blue text on it. First, I want to put in the blue text, which is int x equals 10, int y equals 20, and int width equals 200, and int length equals 500. You would just copy and paste that in, though, if you wanted to, or you can type it. That's up to you. Next one is we want to get the code for the FillRecs and FillOval. So it says draw, but I'm going to change it to FillOval. It's going to be x plus width times divide, comma, y plus length times divide, comma, width times divide, comma, and length times divide, close parentheses, semicolon. Now this is for ovals. So every place I have an oval, I'm going to put this code. Every place I have a rectangle, I'm also going to put this code, but I'm going to change it to rectangle. So I'm going to copy and paste this for my other rectangle. And then I'm also going to do the same thing for lines, but lines are a little bit different. If you look at the PDF, there's blue text, x plus, y plus, and I also change the FillRect to drawLine. It's xy, xy, and rectangles are xy with length. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it after every before every line. And now I have, all I need to do now is I'm going to comment out the FillOval, and then I'm going to put these values after the multiplication sign. So it's going to be 0, 0, 1275, and 475. To get the numbers after the division sign, it's literally just my width. I copy and paste after the width. My length, I copy and paste after the division sign after the length. Now, if you're smart, you would fill in the width and length first, and then copy this value. So what I should have done was did this, and then copy and paste here, change this to rect, copy and paste this, because then I don't have to type in the width and length every time. And then copy and paste here, make this drawLine, and then again put in the x plus, y plus. And then I need to copy this line with all the other lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and go find, and then I'm going to copy this line, and I'm going to say replace with this line, and I should be able to click all. Why didn't that work? That should work. I don't know why it didn't. I guess I just have to do this manually. There we go. So the next thing is, all I got to do is put in the numbers. So to put in the numbers, I just comment out the next line and put in the numbers after the multiplication sign. So 0, 250, 1275, 360. I'm commenting out the normal ones so that doesn't mess up my other images. And if you're smart, you'll start with the last number so then the text doesn't go off the screen. Yeah, that is faster to copy paste. And again, I'm using Control-C, double-click, Control-C, click, Control-V, and comment out. I'm probably going to go back and actually, I'll just do that right now. I'll comment out all the lines of code. So I'm down here, 380, 1000, 250, 660, 250, 1250, 380, 1000. What fun. Isn't this just so much fun? Copy and paste. It's like you're in English class typing an essay. Just pound on the keyboard and hopefully get the right answer. And let's see, click and compile. No syntax errors. Let's run it, see how bad I did. Hopefully I get an error so I can show you how to fix the error. Ooh, I did get an error. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. This doesn't line up with that oval, though. I think I switched the hot dog and the bun. Does everyone see that, how the bun sticks out there when the hot dog should stick out there? So what I need to go is back into my code. I actually labeled these wrong. So the bun rectangle should be down here, and this should be up here. And now when I run it, let's compile it and run it. Yay, look at that. The hot dog's misplaced, so it's a little bit to the right, which is good, because that's how it was in the picture. I have the bun, which looks like a lot of bread, but that's okay. If I maximize the window, I can see it. Now the fun thing is I can scale this now by changing these numbers to 500, 200, 200. I'm going to compile it just to see that it also works with different XYs. And if you see, it just moves and makes it different, which is good. So now the next step is step 2. So to do step 2, what we want to do is we want to go to the SchoolFusion website and go to Files and Documents. We want to download step 2 scale picture sample code. I'm going to left click on it. It's going to download. Once it downloads, I left click to open up. I hit Control A, Control C. I open up BlueJ, and I want to make a new class. So I right-click New Class. I type whatever I want, open up that new class, Control A, Control V. Now I want to get both codes open at the same time, and I want to read through this code. I read all this. Okay, I know I have to change that soon. I need to change the file name. I need to change the I lost points. And then I need to do this. Copy your code under Paint into here. I go over here. Where's Paint? Paint is right there. Minus the XY with length declarations, which is right here. So I'm copying everything from here all the way down to the bottom. So I go over here and I highlight here and I paste. Now when I compile and run this, you will get an error message. I need to delete these last 2 squirrely brackets because they are not needed because I have them right here for my other program. So now when I compile and run it, I'll have no syntax errors. So when I minimize this, right-click, Run Applet, hit OK, I have my 5 hot dogs, which is great. Now what I want to do is go back to SchoolFusion. I want to make it look like Scaled Pick Setup Requirement. So I'm going to left-click. I want it to make it look like this. Now, I know the numbers just straight up because I can do this. But again, you just want to go down to open this up in Paint. So instead of left-clicking there, you're going to go to your downloads and right-click and edit. And you're going to do the same thing that you did for the picture. There's my XY. There's my width length. And do that for all of them. What I'm going to do is just something so simple. I'm not going to show you that, but I'm going to do something different because I want you to figure out those answers. So I'm going to go into the Advanced Scale Picture Code. I drew a hot dog, so instead of I lost points, I'm going to say hot dog and paste it into every I lost points. Because if I change I lost points somewhere, I have to change it everywhere. My name is supposed to be Fenson N1337 because it's my period, and the project is Scaled Picture. I need to change this. So my I knew everything about this program because I have coded this 6 times in my life. Post. My post is, I now know that I now know that my face is being recorded and should have made funny faces. Hopefully I did. Maybe. My summary is draws 5 hot dogs on the screen. They look quite disgusting with mustard on them. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to change these values. If I want this on the top left, I go 0, 0. I'm going to go 300, 100. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to start at 350, 150, and then go 200, 100. And then down here, I'm going to go 500, 500, 50, 50. And then let's go 800, 0. And we want the width to be small and the length to be long. Let's go 0, 500, 400, and 100. And let's compile and run this. And hopefully I didn't give the product away too well. I should have made it a little bit different. There we go. We have 5 hot dogs of different sizes with white space, which I'm not going to give you the answers for your numbers, but that's pretty much it. And now when I want to go through here, I need to change the date, obviously. It's not 9/15. Period is 1337. And that's good. This is good. I need to comment this, though. So what I need to do is, instead of paints one image, I need to say paints top left image. Paints, this is middle image. This is top right. This is left image, and this is top right. This is bottom right, sorry. So now when I compile and run this, everything is commented. Please realize I said you have to comment after every g.draw. If you comment on this, you still need to copy and paste this up here. This is //9, //10, //8, //7, //6. These numbers should match up on your pseudocode. //2, //3, //4, and //1. And the colors you don't need to comment. I did anyways, because it helped me out. I said mustard and ketchup. And this program is now done. So now when I compile and turn this in, this should be, unless I mess something up, this is ignore this part. This should be deleted anyways. So I'm going to need to turn in the file. What I need to do is I need to get this file. So I realized that if I go here, it doesn't tell me where the scaled picture fence and demo is. However, if I go project, close project, project, open recent, now it tells me that it's in documents, scale picture, fence, and demo. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go down to my folder. I'm going to click on documents. I'm going to scroll to my folders. And here it is, scale picture, fence, and demo. I'm going to open this up. I need this Java file, not this one, but the fence and end period scale picture. I'm going to right click and copy it to my desktop. Next thing I need to do is I need to get this picture that I made. I need to go File, Save As, and if I click Save As, I need to change from PNG to JPEG. I'm going to click on Desktop, and then I'm going to name the file Fenson N1337 pseudo scaled picture. I think that's what it is. It might be a little bit different. Just make sure you read the requirements on the text document. So now that I have this saved, I have both files saved right here. They're both named correctly. I'm going to left click, hold, drag to highlight both. I'm going to right click, send to compressed zipped folder. And now it's named correctly already, so I'm going to left click off. And now this file I need to put on my Box account. So I go over to my Box account. which I'm already signed into. I have my period, my name right here. I'm going to click on that folder that should be shared with someone. Over here you should have natefenson@gmail.com as editor. Click send invite. That's of course myself, so I don't want to break it by sending the invite, and then I'm just going to drag the file right over there. It should be the only file in there, except if you have other assignments that you need to turn in. Once I grade this, this will be deleted, so make sure you still have your backed up code under your all files. So I'm also going to drag it right here so I have my own copy and a copy I turned in. Once this once this says Nate Fenson, that means it's graded. If it says your name, it says that means it's not graded. So if your parents complain that the teacher didn't grade the assignment, click on here and it'll tell them when it was uploaded. Say, look, parent or guardian, I turned this assignment in on this date and he has yet to grade it by this point. So that's your own protection to tell your parents that, look, I'm done with the project, so on and so forth. And you can show them the requirements and everything. That's it. And this should be 100 grade. And when I run this, except this has to, of course, look like the one I posted. It doesn't. You have to make yours look like it. And please realize it only took me however long this video is. Have a great day. I'll see you later. And please don't turn in a hot dog that looks like mine, obviously. Otherwise, you'll be cheating because you're stealing my code. Because you can literally see all my code anyways. Have a great day. See you later. Make sure you got my cough cough trick on the test. See you. Bye-bye. So 42 minutes.